Once the punchline of rugby jokes, Steve Borthwick's England is now commanding respect. Gone are the days of choking in the final minutes, replaced by a team that's learning to close out games with ruthless efficiency. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this enough to elevate them from very good to great? Let's dive in. While their recent 37-20 victory over Australia wasn't a flawless display, the attack lacked fluidity, the breakdown was chaotic, and discipline was an issue. It showcased a team that's undergone a remarkable transformation. Just a year ago, England were in crisis mode. A humiliating 42-37 loss to Australia capped a 7-game losing streak against top-tier nations, with a recurring theme, collapsing in the final 20 minutes. The Rugby Football Union was forced to publicly back Borthwick, who was under intense scrutiny. Fast forward to 2024, and the narrative has flipped. England boasts an 8-test winning streak, a stark contrast to their previous struggles. More impressively, they've dominated the final quarter in 7 of those 8 games, holding opponents to 7 points or fewer. The chokers have become closers, as evidenced by their emphatic finish against Australia, where tries from Henry Pollock, Alex Mitchell, and Luke Cowan-Dickie sealed the deal in the last 22 minutes. The team's experience, cohesion, and togetherness are evident, Borthwick noted. We are strong in the final quarter, and it's showing in our results. And this is the part most people miss. England isn't just winning, they're becoming feared. Under Joe Schmidt, Australia had only been held to under 10 points once, against South Africa in 2024. England's performance against them was more convincing than the Lions' entire 3-test series this summer. Schmidt himself praised England's intensity, breakdown work, and the strength of their bench, which included 6 British and Irish Lions. England were very, very good tonight, Schmidt admitted. Their depth is something we are striving for in Australia. But here's the million-dollar question. Are England ready to join the elite tier of World Cup contenders? Eddie Jones recently placed them in the 3rd tier, alongside Australia, Scotland, and Argentina, with France and South Africa as the heavyweights. While this assessment seems fair, England is undeniably on the rise. To truly break through, they need a statement win against a Southern Hemisphere powerhouse, like New Zealand, who visit Twickenham in 2 weeks, and a 6 Nations title. Borthwick acknowledges the work ahead. We are improving, but there's still a lot to do. The foundation is there, starting with a rock-solid set piece and a defence that's conceded an average of just 15.6 points per game this year. Richard Wigglesworth's influence as defence coach is clear, as seen in their shutout of Australia's attack, barring an intercept try. Even when Australia pushed hard for a late consolation score, England's defensive pride held firm. Our defence was excellent, Borthwick said. It's a key focus, and we are seeing real growth. The next challenge? Fine-tuning an attack that hasn't quite lived up to Borthwick's fast and aggressive vision. Fly-half George Ford summed it up. Sometimes, you have to put your ego aside and find a way to win. The best teams adapt, and that's what we are doing. While a 9th consecutive win against Fiji won't spark ticker-tape parades, it would mark England's best run since the Eddie Jones era. More importantly, the memes and mockery are gone. England is no longer a laughingstock. They're a team on the brink of greatness. But do you think they're ready to challenge for the World Cup? Are they truly in the same league as France and South Africa? Or is there still a gap to close? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments.